I once saw something on a mountain that I could never forget. There was this little scenic spot, a place where tourists came to take pictures, smile, and capture beauty. But what caught everyone's attention wasn't the mountain view, it was a monkey. The owner had captured it from the forest and chained it to a wooden pole barely 5 feet high. The chain was so short, maybe a foot long at most, that the monkey couldn't really move. If it tried to jump down, it would just hang there, choking and swinging helplessly. Day after day, it sat there on that post, posing for photos with laughing families, elegant women, and playful kids. Its face appeared in thousands of pictures, but it never once got to see the world beyond the tiny circle of rusted metal. Whether it was freezing wind or burning sun, that monkey had no choice but to endure it all in silence. It wasn't part of the scenery, it was just trapped inside it. One day, a group of animal lovers came across the scene. They were horrified. They told the owner it was cruel and demanded he set the monkey free. The man just shrugged and said, "It's my animal, I feed it. I can do what I want." After hours of arguing, he finally said, "Fine, you want it free, then buy it from me. 30,000 yuan, and it's yours." It was an absurd price, but they couldn't stand to walk away, so they raised the money, paid him, and finally unchained the monkey. When the lock clicked open, the monkey just sat there, staring. Its eyes were filled with confusion. It had been chained for so long that freedom didn't make sense anymore. The group cheered, gave it some bananas, and pointed toward the forest, telling it to go home. Slowly, the monkey rubbed its scarred leg where the chain had eaten into its skin. Then, limping awkwardly, it disappeared into the trees. Not long after, a cry echoed from deep in the woods, half joy, half sorrow. Everyone smiled, believing the story had a happy ending. They left feeling at peace. Even the owner, for once, slept soundly that night. But when morning came, he heard a sound outside. He opened his door, and there it was, the same monkey, sitting quietly back on the same wooden post, chain or not. It hadn't run away, thought it had returned to the only prison it knew. That moment hit me harder than anything else. Because maybe we're not that different from that monkey. We dream of freedom, talk about breaking away from jobs we hate, from relationships that drain us, from the endless noise of the world. But when the chains finally come off, most of us don't know what to do. We crawl back to what's familiar, the same routines, the same stress, the same pain, and tell ourselves it's just life. Sometimes, the cage isn't outside of us, it's built inside our minds.